Hello everybody, this is Randy Maurer, principal at Eastern Elementary School, and I would like to talk to you today a little bit about the events that happened on September 11th, 2001, and how we recognize some of our local superheroes. And maybe some of you have heard of the events of September 11th, 2001. So what really happened? Well, honestly, most of you are probably too young to remember or even know what happened back then. And if you ask most adults or teenagers, they might remember what they were doing when they heard about what happened. Do you recognize this famous lady right over here? That's right, that's the Statue of Liberty. And what does she stand for? She stands for America the Beautiful, land of the free, home of the brave. And as you can see, she has one of the best views in the United States. She gets to watch over the New York City skyline. So what does she stand for? Freedom, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That means we get to choose what jobs we have, schools we go to, churches. We have freedom of speech. We get to choose who runs our government. We pretty much get to choose how we live our own life. And that's one of the great things about the country that we live in. And these are the World Trade Center towers. They are in New York City. They're called the Twin Towers because they look alike. They're both 110 floors tall, and they pretty much look exactly alike, except for the one that has the big antenna on top. This is part of the view that the Statue of Liberty has, or at least she used to. Not everyone in this world believes in the happiness that we believe in. These people are not what I would consider superheroes. On September 11th, 2001, those people flew two big airplanes into the World Trade Center's Twin Towers. You can see the damage and devastation that it caused. And it was scary. People of New York and those watching on TV around the world were scared by what they were seeing. And it was very scary when the towers finally fell down into New York City, causing this mess that you see here. And it was sad when we had to start cleaning up that mess and we found many bodies of loved ones and friends and those who were trying to help. It was also scary when we found out that they also flew airplanes into the Pentagon, which is a defense building run by the government, and then another plane had crashed out in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Many lives were lost that day because of these people who did not believe in our happiness. Lady Liberty was not very happy that day. She did not enjoy having that view of the New York City skyline. But do you think that stopped those of us living in the United States of America? Nah, sure didn't. We had superheroes rise up and help our fellow man. Everyone who was hurt that day was helped by our local superheroes. And by that I mean I'm talking about the firemen, those who work with the ambulance, the police department, everybody involved in public safety. They all of a sudden became America's new superheroes. And they didn't wear capes. They wore jackets that the firemen wear. They wore the helmets and the hats that the policemen wear. They carried bags like the EMTs carry. And they were going around helping people that were in the wreckage and that were hurt. And then some of the firemen reminded us about that symbol of strength and courage. They took the flag that was flying on top of the World Trade Centers and they stood it up. And they showed us once again that we were strong. And they reminded us that as a country, we were to become stronger by rebuilding and honoring those who died and all of those who helped. And this is one way that we did that. This is the September 11th Memorial in New York City. You can see the two large squares. That's where the Twin Towers used to stand. I had the opportunity to go visit Ground Zero. That's where they called where the towers fell. When I was there, I took some of these pictures. One picture up in the corner is of the fountains. The one beneath that shows some of the names of those who died. And then the one on the right is the picture of the new tower that's being built there. Here's a quick video that just shows the fountains. you can see the water flows down into a lower pool. The names surround the big squares where the towers were. You can see all the people lining the pools there. And looking down on all of it, of course, is the new World Trade One, the new tower that's being built. It will be taller than the old towers, and it will stand and it'll have the shiny glass. It's blue and it looks down upon where the towers were before. But you can see water goes all around and the names go all around the pool. And then it flows into the middle, down into those big squares. And you'll see what those big squares do here in just a little bit. That's where the water goes. This is a picture I took out on the water in the bay. And you can see that the new World Trade One stands pretty tall. And that's right where the towers stood before. At night, the two lights shine up through the fountains, reminding us where the tower stood. They only shine these lights a couple times a year, like on September 11th. Superheroes are not just in New York City. We appreciate all of our local heroes, members of our fire department, our police department, sheriff's department, the EMTs. Maybe you have some local superheroes in your neighborhood. Maybe you live near the water and you have police that work in the marina or lifeguards on the beach. Maybe you live up north and you have some that use skis and they go through the snow to help people. Maybe you live in a different environment where you have them on bikes and they go around and they help you. But all of these people are superheroes because every day they risk their lives to help you. Well, we'll never forget what happened on September 11th, 2001, but I also hope you never forget those who are around you every day, trying to keep you safe and to keep you happy. I'm Randy Maurer, the principal at Eastern Elementary School, and I hope you've enjoyed this little presentation on the events of September 11th, and don't forget to go out and thank one of your local heroes today. Thank you very much. Every day is what you make it. Make it a great day.